Well, actually, a couple of different areas. This is for the Woodard Road extension to sewer district. It's only, I think, 6 properties we're talking about. The residents wish to have sewer extended to them, and it's been before the town board, I think, 5 or 6 times. And we've had problems, not with the board, not with our engineers, not certainly not with the residents, but we had problems with the controller's office. And
New York State.
Yes, yes. And so anyway, myself and Mary Ann Lamb with the sewer department in particular have been on numerous, I mean, probably a dozen calls and with them, and numerous revisions and submitting documents, etc. Bottom line, this is hopefully the final proposed resolution. And we're going to set a public hearing for hopefully October the 3rd, and hopefully it will be passed and we can begin construction of the sewer district.
Charlie, you know, there's an old saying that an attorney doesn't ask a question that they don't know the answer. So along those lines, I should make a comment that I don't know is accurate, but I'm going to throw it out. This situation, in layman terms, is we got people in Webster that are on septic, and they want to get onto our sanitary services. If you think about it this way, you know, in our budget in 2025, it cost them $253 on their tax bill to have their sewage go into our mains and to our treatment plant. They're facing maybe having to replace their septic tanks. This is going to cost $20,000 to $30,000. And I don't think really in the market for selling houses, septics might have been something that was great years ago, but it certainly is better to have a house that is on the sanitary sewer system. So the town is trying to work with these people to help them get onto our sewer system. We found out through this process, and this is where I'm going to take a risk here, that New York State has a law or a code or whatever that if the cost per household to do that is over $700, something like that.
Oh, it's actually a lot less, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, our head in particular is on that.
Yes, it has to do.
But it hasn't been changed in 50 years.
Actually, it was reduced, I believe.
Yeah.
It has to do with there's a certain dollar threshold, very small, and if we don't, if we go over that, we have to seek approval of
The state.
state control.
Now, I want everybody to think about that.
And
for a second.
they have held this, well, I'm gonna say, they've held it up, to be honest.
Yeah.
They've not given permission, and Paul's been very instrumental in this too, by the way, I don't want to neglect him.
Is this rubbing salt in the wound, by the way, that very much? Because, I mean, this is
There were
ridiculous.
two, actually, there was another district where the people have, we will get into that
Yeah.
another time,
Yeah.
that they have basically withdrawn their
Yes.
application because it's taken so long, they've now invested tens of thousands in new septic systems.
Yes.
This, which was supposed to have been done in 2022.
Yeah.
Hadn't been done yet.
I was going to ask that question because I know that there was one of the residents, probably in the district you're discussing, who had written a letter to Webster Herald and was
Correct.
very concerned
Yes.
with the increased cost, which of course the town can't do anything about. We've been trying to move this forward for them, and it's. we're not
If I were
getting
the
anything.
member of the public, I'd be very upset, probably with the town, because it's hard to explain why we can't do this, when we really have done everything. The personnel of the town really worked very, very hard to get this done. Everybody in sewer, everybody in finance, we really worked very, very diligently. And our, in Costage, our engineers who've been involved in this.
Well, and I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse on this, but the sad part about it is, and Rick, you might be able to comment on this, is that the one that's here is maybe 6 houses. The one that we withdrew was like 4 houses because they've been through this
Right.
rigmarole. There's a couple other areas in town that would be 40, 50, or 60 houses, and we've said we don't want to move forward with that process and put them through this same nightmare until we get it resolved on these ones, which is leaving them in purgatory as they decide, well, wait a minute, my septic is about to rot, I'd like to get on your sewer system. And it's It's really crazy, it really is. Because we love them on our sewer system, right? I mean, it's good for everybody, it's a win-win,
Sure.
and, anyway. So,
So since this is the sewer department, I would move that we set a public hearing on October 3rd, 2024, to consider an addition to the Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District, specifically the Woodard Road Extension, to be published in the Webster Herald in the September 18th, 2024 edition.
Second. Councilman Cataldi,
Aye?
Councilwoman Nguyen,
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty,
aye?
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright.
Aye.